In this screencast, we're going to look at how you can deploy your HTML5 apps onto StackMob's servers. I want to start by talking about how StackMob is set up. We use the concept of modules to allow you to add and remove functionality to your apps through the StackMob dashboard. One of those features that you can get from the StackMob marketplace is html5 hosting. html5 hosting is a free module that you can install for any of your apps, and after installing that you can link your app to a GitHub repository, and then any time you push a change to GitHub it will automatically deploy onto StackMob. So let's go from the very beginning here. I'll go over to the dashboard and we can install a module. Here I am in StackMob, and I have a new app I've created called Backbone Demo 2. And I'm going to go over to My Modules and see what we have here. We have several modules that are installed automatically whenever you create a new app. But I want to add a new module, so I'm going to jump over to the StackMob marketplace. From the marketplace I can find the HTML5 hosting module. I'm going to install the new module. Now I can view the new module in my dashboard. Click on Settings to set up your module. Now you'll notice the first thing it'll ask you to do is to link StackMob with GitHub. So if you don't have a GitHub profile already, you can head over to github.com and create your free account there. Now before I can link to StackMob and actually link to my my HTML5 app, I'm going to actually need to create a repository over at GitHub. There's lots of different articles explaining how you can create a new repository. On GitHub itself, they actually have a nice walkthrough on creating a new repository. So let's do that together. This is my GitHub account. I'm going to click on Create a New Repo. I'll call it Backbone Demo 2. Now I'm going to make mine public, and I'm going to initialize mine with a README file. Now I've created a repository and all I have inside of it is my README file. Now if I wanted to, I could go back to my terminal and I could initialize my repository using the command line tool. But I found it's sometimes nice to just clone my repository directly from GitHub onto my hard drive and then move my HTML files over into that new folder that gets created. So I'm going to say clone in my Mac. This launches my GitHub Mac application that I already installed. I'm going to put it inside of a folder called Git Repo. So I'll just clone it there. And now if I go into my Finder, I can go into and create a new, let's go ahead and open up a new window. So inside my new window I'll navigate into my Git Repo folder, and I'm going to find a new folder called Backbone Demo 2 that has my README file inside of it. So that all looks good. And what I want to do inside of the hands-on directory for the Backbone course on Udemy is I want to copy the index.html file and I want to paste it inside of my Backbone Demo 2 folder. Now I can use my my GitHub tool here if I wanted to actually update and commit the changes. So here's Backbone Demo 2, and if I go inside there I can see that there's a new index.html file here that I need to commit. But I'm going to do it from the terminal so you can see what that looks like. So I'm going to open up a new window here. I'm going to do a CD And when I change directory, it's really easy to just go ahead and let's grab that. I'm going to drag and drop that in there. So I'm going to change directory into my Backbone Demo 2 and do a list here. So now I can see all my files. And so what I'll do is I'll do a git add star. So that's going to add that to my my next commit. And then I'll say git commit -m. And so now I've just committed my new index file. And now I can say git push origin master. And now that's going to actually push my changes up to GitHub. All right. Now if I go back to my browser and I refresh my Backbone Demo 2 repository, I'll see my index.html file has been uploaded. Now I easily could have done that through my GitHub tool that I have on my Mac client, but I wanted to show you how to do it from the command line as well. Now I'm ready to actually link my repository to my StackMob application. So I'll click link StackMob to GitHub, and I'll say authorize StackMob. Now if this was the first time I was doing this, it would do a little OAuth dance and I would have to make sure I was logged into GitHub to approve that, but it's already there. I'll go down and I'll select Backbone Demo 2 here for my repository, and then I'll hit save. And now if I want to, I can actually enable what are called service hooks. And what this will do is whenever I push a new change to GitHub, it will then automatically deploy those new changes to StackMob. So I'll go ahead and enable that feature. Great. And we'll see that it was last deployed just a minute ago. And if I click to view the development site, it actually pulls up my new Wine app, and it gives me a URL of dev.backbonedemo2.stackmob339.stackmobapp.com. So this is my demo URL. And if I click add a new wine, I can type in Opus 1, hit save. And now that just generated my schema for me on StackMob's dashboard and returned my, my new wine there. So that's all you need to do to deploy your app onto StackMob using GitHub and our HTML5 hosting module.